We've all been there, those weeks where it feels like you're constantly busy, yet nothing seems to get done. Emails, meetings, errands, and other demands eat up our time like it's an endless buffet. But here's the truth, it's not about having more hours in the day, it's about managing the hours we already have in a way that feels sustainable and sane. The key to reclaiming more time isn't about cramming your schedule with more activities and more tasks, but rather learning how to use the time you have available more wisely. So today I'm talking about intentional changes that will leave you with more time during the week to be more productive, and that will make you not feel like you are just like a productive robot. So let's start with the 80-20 rule. This one is pretty simple. 80% of my results come from 20% of my efforts. This principle shows that not all tasks are created equal. If you focus on the 20% of activities that wield the most impact in your day, you'll free up time and energy for other things. For example, maybe in your workday, answering email chains or just constantly refreshing your inbox or your messages isn't the best use of your time. It doesn't mean that you should not be doing those things, it should mean that you should not focus most of your schedule on them. So you should be striving to looking at a particular task that really produces a big impact in your workload and focus on that as you're scheduling your day. Of course, that answering emails and answering your messages should also have a moment in your day, but maybe they should be scheduled for a time where you are lower. But maybe they should be scheduled during a time where your energy levels are lower, for instance, or maybe they're not as urgent and you should be prioritizing that high impact task first thing in the morning. So to find your 20% tasks, take 10 minutes to list everything you do in a week, both personally and professionally. Look at your list and identify which tasks contribute the most to your goals, and these are going to be called your 20% tasks. In your productivity app or planner, and I usually recommend you to do some calendar blocking here, with AccuFlow for instance, you should schedule time for these tasks first. Make them a non-negotiable priority, even if it means saying no to other things. Okay, so let's be real, and I know I've been saying this for years now, but multitasking doesn't actually work. So many studies show us that trying to multitask is definitely worse than focusing on one task at a time. Cal Newport, who is the author of Deep Work, argues that high-impact tasks should be scheduled during your deep work sessions. So basically, these are sessions that you arrange to work on a particular task without distractions. So here enters time blocking, which is a technique that involves scheduling specific blocks of time for focused work. And during these blocks, you're not checking emails, social media, or doing anything other than the task at hand. During the week, I actually have scheduled these deep work blocks in my calendar, and I usually schedule any sort of tasks that require a lot of concentration or creativity for these particular blocks. And time blocking basically helps you eliminate constant task switching that slows down your brain's processing power. It creates dedicated windows where you're fully focused, allowing you to get more done in less time. So the exercise for this habit number 2 is to open your calendar or your planner and identify when you'll have 2 or 3 uninterrupted hours of work time this week. Block off those hours and assign specific tasks to each block, considering the 80-20 principle. So this may be write a project proposal or prepare a presentation for work. Now you set a timer, and when the block starts, focus only on the task at hand. When the block is done, take a short break before moving on to the next task. Okay, so let's talk again about those small tasks, the ones like responding to quick emails, setting up meetings, even washing a few dishes. These can easily pile up and become overwhelming. So enter the 2-minute rule, which is a productivity concept popularized by David Allen in his book Getting Things Done. This one is pretty simple. If a task takes under 2 minutes to complete, you should do it right away as soon as it's assigned to you or as soon as you think about it. By knocking out small tasks as soon as they pop up, you prevent them from piling up into a long to-do list that feels unsurmountable. Over time, this habit frees up mental space and prevents procrastination on trivial things that shouldn't require much effort. So to implement the 2-minute rule throughout your day, whenever a task comes up, ask yourself, will this take less than 2 minutes? If yes, do it right away. If not, schedule it for later in your calendar. You can use a checklist or app like TickTick or Todoist to track what gets done. Over time, you'll notice how much smoother your day runs when you tackle those quick tasks immediately. Okay, so now let's talk about batch processing. And I think this one is probably the habit that I've really started mastering lately, and this has made such a huge change in my day. Okay, so imagine you're cooking and you're cooking some soup. So you need different types of vegetables to cook your soup. So imagine that you take all of your vegetables and you grab 1 carrot and you wash the carrot, you peel the carrot, you cut the carrot, and then you put the carrots, like the chopped carrots, in a pan. And then you grab a potato and you do the same thing. It's much more productive to wash all of your vegetables first, to peel all of your vegetables, to chop all of your vegetables, and then to put the vegetables in a pan. It's the exact same thing with any other task on your list. If a task feels similar to another task, you should aim to batch process those tasks in the same interval in your calendar. So I'm filming this video right now, and after I film this one, I'm going to film another video because my camera is set up, I have my microphone charged, I have my laptop with me, and it's going to be much easier for me to film 2 videos in a row today rather than filming one today and another tomorrow, which will require me to set up everything all over again. So batch processing is the practice of grouping similar tasks and doing them all at once. Whether this is answering emails, paying bills, or meal prepping, grouping tasks together reduces the mental energy wasted on switching between different types of work. When you batch tasks, you minimize context switching. This is basically the mental gear shifting that happens when you jump from one task to another. This helps you work faster and more efficiently, ultimately saving you hours over the week. Habit number 5 is going to be your morning ritual. This is how you set the tone for your day. Research shows that your morning routine can influence your mood, productivity, and focus for the rest of the day, even if this takes 30 minutes only. So instead of immediately diving into work or checking your phone or doing whatever needs to get done, a mindful morning ritual can set the stage for a calm and productive day. And your morning ritual doesn't need to be complicated. My morning routine right now is pretty simple, and the one that I personally have usually is around 20 to 30 minutes before my son wakes up for the morning. But those 20 to 30 minutes are essential for me so I stay sane. So this basically means getting up slowly, grabbing some coffee, maybe putting on some makeup or fixing my hair or putting on some clothes in silence, probably reading some news articles or something of the sort, and then my son wakes up to start the day, and then chaos begins. But I have those 20 or 30 minutes for myself, and usually my day goes far more smoothly whenever that morning routine actually happens. So basically, this mindful morning routine that you should try to insert in your schedule, whatever it is supposed to prime your brain for focus, reducing stress, and helping you approach tasks with clarity. By starting your day with intention, you're more likely to move through it efficiently and without feeling overwhelmed. So to create your morning ritual, you should decide on 2 or 3 simple and calming activities that help you feel grounded. So this may be, as I was saying, just, be in silence for 5 to 10 minutes, grabbing a cup of coffee, maybe stretching a little bit, or reading a couple of pages from your favorite book. In your calendar or planner, block off the first 15 to 30 minutes of your day for this ritual, and you can even set up an alarm just to make sure this actually happens. And you can experiment with this for a week. Notice how it affects your focus, your stress levels, and your productivity throughout the day, and make changes as you need to. So these very simple 5 habits really help me save time during the week and stay more grounded and more mindful when it comes to productivity throughout the day. They are so easy to implement, and you can implement one at a time instead of trying to cram all of these new techniques into your already crammed productivity routine. But all of them have really nice results, and they will really impact your routine positively. This channel focuses on optimizing your time when learning new skills and establishing new habits, and Brilliant offers bite-sized lessons that ensure you acquire real-life skills using practical examples. Learning a little every day is one of the most important things you can do, both for personal and professional growth too. So Brilliant helps you build real knowledge in minutes a day, with fun lessons you can do whenever you have the time. It's the opposite of mindless scrolling. And learning for the sake of learning is great, but it's even better when the time and money you invest actually pays off. For instance, learning more about data content can pay off in so many different industries. This course is perfect for learners of any level to start or continue learning data analysis with a fully built-out suite of new content. It will also help you learn how to parse and visualize massive data sets to make them easier to interpret, and gain insight by working with real data sets from sources like Starbucks, Twitter, Spotify, and more. Brilliant helps build your critical thinking skills through problem solving, not memorizing. So while you're building real knowledge on specific topics, you'll also become a better thinker. And you can learn without feeling like it's another chore. Even if it's a skill you want to learn because you want to be the go-to person in your team, the exercises are so fun and interactive you won't even notice time is flying by. To try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for a full 30 days, visit brilliant.org/Mariana or click on the link in the description box below. And you'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next week. Bye guys!